Hello everyone. Sasa leo let's just have a story, a conversation and we have to see the origin of something on some of the folk tales on how they used to happen. Now, one day the cats were sleeping, and as the cat was sleeping, the rats were roaming around, praying, eating the vegetables, and they were making a lot of distraction in the household. The cat used to walk around vile tunafanyanga hadi tunasahau kazi yetu. On Fridays, you get that you are so tired waiting that the weekend should be here actually. The weekend should be here, not remembering that you are at work. Now, that's the same way the cat, they were feeling bored walking around while the rats were making a lot of distraction. The rats moving all over, and then their master cat, the master cat just saw that and was very bitter. He summoned all the cats. Now, the master cat was known as PANYARITO. Now, PANYARITO, he summoned all the cats and then told them, "Do you really know how you came here? Let me just give you a story. Long time ago, man and the rats coexisted in the same environment. The man used to work at the farm, and the rats were moving all around, helping, eating all the leftovers that were left, keeping the house clean. And everything was clean, things moved on well. The rats and the man walikuwa wanasaidiana kazi. As man was resting, the rats also took care of cleaning the entire environment. And this coexistence was a very nice thing. The team was very okay. They all enjoyed. Now, this is PANYARITO who is explaining the story. And as man used to sit at the fireplace, they used to enjoy. And now the cats, they had no plan for the cat at all. Now, one day, the certain rat known as PANYARITO, he had a spirit of rebellion whereby alijisikia bana hapa tunakaliwa. So he summoned all the rats together and then he incited them. He incited them that we should begin a rebellion. PANYARITO was very influential, by the way, intelligent and quick thinking. He had curious eyes, and he also wanted that the meal that the humans were eating, the rats too should be eating the same meal. And all the privileges that man was getting, so it was to get. So he launched a coup. During the night they came, they destroyed a lot of things that belonged to man, went to the farm, teared all the papers, teared all the paperwork, they ate all the fruits, threw them out, they danced on man's possession. It was such a serious demonstration. Walifanya maneno. Now man gathered and the shadows, and then they said, bana, huku kimeumana, so we need to do something about this. We need to do something because now in such a state, the rats are overpowering us. So they gathered rungus, pangas, jembes, sticks, brooms, and anything that wangepata. Hata nail cut ukipata, si utakata mkia ya panya. Yes, they gathered everything they wanted, and then they stood ready for the war. All the villagers in that small village, they all gathered and said, today is a day for war. If there is something we have to do today, we have to protect our land with all we can. So they all gathered and then awaited for the war to begin. On the other side, Panyarito came furious with the other rats, and they reorganized themselves and strategized. They pumped in. Whenever man could try to beat them, they could dodge, then jump in between their legs, hide, and then disappear. So it was very hard for man to beat them. Man tried his best beating them, but they could jump whenever he could carry the broom, beating them. Oh, the rats were so quick. The man struggled. The fight took hours, almost the entire day. Now they gathered and fought with their best. They even went to the village elder and then tore his clothes. They went to his son's place, ate all his papers, ate all his belongings, and now humans were in despair. However, there were a few rats that were not part of the war, but saving them was very hard because the majority of the rats had collaborated with Panyarito, and therefore saving them was a hard task for man. So some rats just went to the vulnerable boys and then for the humans, and then they fought them, beat their legs, beat their hands. The situation was chaos. You won't like it. Now, man re-strategized himself. Wakati vitu inaumana mnajiita meeting. So man restructured himself and he composed himself and say, now we need to find a strategy to fight the rats, because the giant rat Panyarito could not give them peace at all. He had just decided that the war has to continue. And as he started the war, he was very determined to finish on what he started. So the war was very tough. And as it continued, the humans and the under the shades, they gathered and say, no, now we have done enough. We have tried fighting the rats enough, and we have defeated majority of the rats, because the rats were outnumbered by the humans, and the humans used fire and other sophisticated weapons to fight against the rats, and the rats were, in other words, they were outnumbered. So the humans sat together at the fireplace to celebrate their victory that they had on the famous Panyawapaka, who had made a victory to the Panyarito community. Now, as the humans celebrated, Panyarito was not happy. He decided to hide into the bushes, and the humans sat celebrating. There was a lot of celebration at the village, and all they sat at the fireplace, enjoying, telling stories of victory and how far they had come. And that is how the humans began and decided that we need a cat who is very swift, fast, and who can help in capturing the rats. And now, as they sought to find the village cat, the mouse and the rats found that they had no place to stay in the village any longer. And ever since they decided that they will be hiding on the bushes. They could be hiding on the bushes as man began to cultivate his land peacefully. Man now ventured back to his farming, and now there was limited destruction. However, the rats used to come at night, but man worked perfectly on his farm. So henceforth, the farm produce increased, and therefore that is how the rats were eliminated by the powerful cats. So what I want to say is that you should not sleep at your work. The rat explained them, you should not be sleeping at work. guide your job. That is the end of my story. If you like it, kindly subscribe to my channel and let's meet next. Tell me a story you want us to do next.